Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Junk Squad Vlogs. Top of the day, top of the evening, whenever you're seeing this, right? Today, man, what's on my mind as I click this camera on is your prices or your prices. Now, I say all that to say this. I'm on my way to a small pickup, I would say. And I got a call from this customer yesterday. Responded within the hour with my price. They say they still needed service. I asked, where is it at in the home? Blase, blase. Whoa. Ambulance, ambulance. But long story short, my quote was $175, and the person said, never mind, we have someone that's gonna come get it for $160. I said, no problem, thank you for considering our services. They said, thank you for responding in general, because some people just don't, and that was that. So I'm around the house, actually just looking at the stock market, you know what I mean, doing my thing. And if you're not messing with that stock market, even though it's down right now, invest. Invest. So anyway, I get a call. Hey, can you make it by 10 a.m.? It's like 8:45. Had a good feeling that the person wouldn't come, whoever. You know, 50% of us don't come, don't show. That's why the first great thing you can do is to show up when you say you're going to show up. So anyway, your prices are your prices. And some might say, well, it's only $15, but at the same time, man, your prices are your prices. Your overhead is your overhead. That person may have been able to do it for the $160 for some reason, you know? But in all reality, he probably was just undercutting my $175 and realized that that wasn't a good thing to do. You don't want to undercut yourself because your expenses are your expenses. $175 is $175 and $160 is $160. $15 is $15. Know your worth. It's not even about the price sometimes. It's about, I know the service that we provide. We're going to show up. We're going to get the job done. We are insured. We are a legit business. I'm not chasing like that. So never chase. Never undercut yourself because you're chasing, feeling thirsty. But anyway, man, I'm going to back up to this trailer, guys. It took me a second to pull off from the shop because I'm thinking about going ahead and taking this strap in. The propane tank that was on that grill was still connected, so I had to make sure I don't do nothing stupid with that and unhook it. But anyway, we on the go. Heading to the scrapyard, then to this quick pickup. Scrapyard should only be about 15 minutes from the job we're gonna go do. If I was to guess, I'm guessing I probably got about $40 worth of scrap maybe. Either way, the job is like 10 minutes from here, so that 40 will be recycled into my gas tank if nothing else, right? All right, man, leaving the scrapyard. I couldn't even take the aluminum parts in because I ain't feel like waiting around, so it's got the metal. And I think I guessed right, y'all. I think I had about $40 worth of scrap. I wasn't far off. And even better than I expected, the scrapyard was only 6 minutes from this job, man, so perfect. And yeah, it's all about being responsive and responsible. You know what I mean? I was responsible. The customer reached out, even though I was, you know, probably about an hour or so behind with my response because we were doing something, but I responded. And it's always, you know, thanks for considering our services, whether you choose to go with us or not. Because like I said, they went with the lower price junk removal guy or company. I don't know what it was. But in the end, they had to come to Junk Squad. All right, we made it. Shoot. See what you got, man.
I ain't include this in a picture, and I was just, how much would you charge me to get rid of all this stuff too? Just that bike, these tire boxes. I'm gonna take them to Jack.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much everything good. This thing's got oil in there. I need to get them emptied.
And dump that. Yep, just throw, I just say another 20, man. If you didn't have the tires, it wouldn't be that much because you can't really, gotta recycle them. Yeah, so another $20.
I appreciate it.
Yep. Let's get it. See what you got in the basement, man. All right. All right, so we made it. Yeah, I can put it on there. Appreciate it, man. Always a blessing when you get a hand. It's gonna be a hot one today too, bro. I thought it was gonna be a hot one today too, because it's 94.
Oh, yeah, right. I already know. I was telling you 220. I'm pretty sure I grabbed it.
Yeah. I appreciate it, man. Work out. All right, y'all gonna have to forgive me for the footage, man. We moving quick. They helping. I'm doing my thing. And everything up off the ground, to be honest with you. They helped knock it out. We're gonna grab this little bit of, and that's it. All right, guys, so we got it done with the help of the customer and his kids, man. I appreciate that. Yep, and they keeping it. All right, guys. The footage was shorter than I expected, and the money was more than I expected. Went from 175 to 225. And a part of that was just showing up punctual, being on time and saving the day when somebody didn't. I mean, he added maybe a few more things, but it was definitely worth it. And never be afraid to say, today's price is not yesterday's price. Things happen. The economy is doing what it's doing. Inflation is high. I mean, you have to make money. If you don't make money now, you will not be in business later. So it hurts when you charge prices that are not right for you, and especially when you know it. You know what I mean? Because I had that problem before, man. Sad to say, not even sad to say, but most importantly, you won't be able to help yourself. You won't be able to build that business. You will not be able to help your family. So like, pricing is everything. And I know sometimes when you start, you just want to feel like you're working, but sometimes, like I said, all work is not good work. And just because you're working doesn't mean things are working. You can be working, but your business may not be working. Things may not be working out for you, but you're working your ass off. You know what I mean? So man, listen, this is serious. And this ain't nothing I just learned overnight. It's good if you get it fast, but man, in all reality, most people, including me at one point, when you start a business, it's already enough stress that you're starting a business, you're jumping out, you know what I mean? You're taking a leap of faith. Unless someone hands you down a business that's already running, you're taking a leap of faith, you're taking all the risk, you know what I mean? You're taking a chance on yourself. But as my guy, the Wall Street Trapper, says, if you allow them to feed you, you allow them to starve you. So when you take that leap of faith on your, on yourself, the only one that can starve you is you. And that's powerful. I know you're not trying to let yourself starve, right? So we gotta do, you gotta do what you gotta do and make it work. Put in the extra effort, put in the effort that is needed to make your business work. Because remember, just because you're working doesn't mean things are working. I've been there. And the sad thing is, it was how long are you gonna stay on the hamster wheel is the question. And I'll admit, COVID was one of the best things that happened to me. And not catching it, just the pandemic in itself, because it let me know that when it boils down to it, you are liable for your own success. I knew that anyway, but the pressure was on, man, when COVID hit. I mean, you couldn't work with anyone, for one. If you hadn't been handling your business up until that time, you really felt the pressure of the pandemic. But for those that had money and were doing the right things, it was a vacation to an extent. Money was up. You got more free time. You know what I'm saying? Let's be honest. You had more free time. You know what I mean? Some people work so much and are at their jobs that they didn't get to see their children go to school, or see their children, or be able to pick their children up. So you know what I mean, man? The pandemic was an eye-opener. It's like, how do you see things? I seen it as a blessing. As I look back, I seen it as a blessing, man. And at the time, you know, it's all about perspective. All right, so I'm pulling in the shop. It is 11:08. I arrived at their job at 10 after coming from the scrapyard. So all in all, we'll see if something else comes through today. It's early. It's a good chance that it might. But for now, I am going to park this trailer, and I'm gonna go back by the house, man, and work on my business instead of in it. You know what I mean? You always gotta make time for that. It's cool to work in it and run around, but you also gotta make sure that you work on your business. I'm backing up next to this other trailer, but I do. Anyway, it's been one. I'm gonna go home and edit this and get this out to y'all, man, probably today. You know what I mean? After part 2 of the last video. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Tips, motivation, reality, mess ups, the ups, the downs, giving it to you. Blessings.